Along these lines, some people said, well, if you add time to something that's improbable, that eventually the improbable will occur, especially if there's an infinite amount of time. And some people have thought of the multiverse. I think you had a picture of that issue of Skeptic that had pictures of that as a way to deal with, if you have enough instances over time, eventually it's going to...
Yeah, it used to be Carl Sagan, back when he made the documentary Cosmos, which is very famous. He held to the oscillating universe view, that the universe blows up and then comes back together and blows up and comes back together. The problem is the cosmological constant, that we actually discovered dark energy, which shows that the universe is flying away at greater speeds. That gravity actually isn't pulling itself back together, it's flying away even farther and faster. So there won't be a big crunch, and even if there were, it wouldn't be like a basketball going off the ground, it'd be more like a piece of clay hitting the ground. It would just be a thud. Now that view of infinite time, because the universe expands and retracts over and over and over, that's been thoroughly disproven. So what scientists have gone to is what's called the multiverse, which I brought an extra slide for just in case.
That wasn't set up.
Yeah. I got one on string theory, and if God needed to go. Okay, so anyway, that's just the point. The multiverse, I remember hearing about this for the first time and just being so astounded that we're surrounded by an infinite number of universes. I thought that was so awesome. And then I was like, I should look into the evidence for this. And guess how much there is? None. Zero. None in principle. George Ellis is an eminent cosmologist out of South Africa, and he says that we can't even have it in principle. Martin Rees out of Oxford says that we can't have it in principle. It doesn't pass Occam's razor. Occam's razor is not the simplest explanation is right. That's it for TV shows. Occam's razor is that we shouldn't multiply causes beyond necessity. So it seems to replace one God, you need to have an infinite number of universes. And that just doesn't pass that philosophical rule. Actual infinities cannot exist in reality. So if we have an infinite number of universes, here's the problem. If it's an actual infinite set, what happens if each one of those universes has 2 galaxies in it? How many galaxies do we have? Well, an infinite amount. What if in each of those galaxies they have 500 stars? How many stars do we have? An infinite amount. Well, what if each of those stars has 10 planets? How many planets? An infinite amount. But you see the absurdity. What if we took away 3 planets? How many would we have left? An infinite amount. You can't have actual infinities in reality. It's just not even possible. And then finally, if this was true, if we're going to go with the multiverse, all probability theory would go out the window. Yeah. And by that I mean, go back to the poker illustration. I keep dealing myself a royal flush, and you go to hit me, and then I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Paul, there's an infinite number of universes. And in an infinite number of universes, someone would have had to have been dealt these improbable odds, and we just happen to be in that specific universe in which I made $5,000 off of you. So if you're going to use this argument for the probability of fine-tuning, the problem is it's a universal acid that eats away at everything, and we wouldn't be able to have any kind of improbabilities at all.
You have it there.
All right,
that's good.
Cool.